this video may last too long to be in one part. It might end up being two parts. But I'll do my best to work my way through it. And I'm going to use my microscope to show some of the results as we go along. So this is the king, and I'm going to set the bevel. I have a bath of water here. It's clear water. I rinse the blade off. And then here's my microscope. And we can view the edge through my computer. First I'll focus it in. And then I have a switch here that allows me to switch over to my computer screen. So this is the edge, the bevel, here's the edge, and this is what 1000 grit scratches look like under 300 power. I'll focus in and out, and that's about focused right there. And I will take a photo. Let me focus, oops, I moved the... I bumped something here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, I'm going to focus that in real tight. And we'll take a photo there. This will be photo number 1297. This would be 12 number 8. This is a little bit sharper. I'm sorry, that was photo 1313. Okay, so we'll take out the blade and back down to the sharpening bench. We'll put aside the king, pull in the okudo, and I'm going to raise a slurry using a worn out diamond plate. There's an Atama. There's no diamonds there anymore. These up here are probably, they were 600 when new, and they're probably like a 1200 now. They're very worn out and mellow. So we have a light slurry here, made with a diamond plate. And I'm going to use the axe method, which is a diminishing stroke count, similar to what I did with the 1000 grit king. I'm using a slurry, which helps speed up the sharpening process. These are straight-on strokes. As you notice, my strokes with the king were a diagonal. So that was 21 strokes per side. Rinse off the blade and go back up to the microscope. So this is how the edge has refined after 21 strokes on the okudo. We've brightened the blade quite a bit and replaced the 1000 grit scratches with real fine Kasumi matrix of little short strokes, little short scratches. And I'll take a photo of that. Let me focus in real tight first. Okay, that's about it. So you can see what we began with were, here's the from the king. That's what we started with. Now we're into this area where we've removed quite a lot of scratches. I'll go back to the okudo and do another little series here. Use the same slurry. And we're going to go up to the microscope one more time, off of this stone. Okay, I see a little bit of improvement on the edge here. The 1000 grit scratches are even more faint, and the edge itself looks quite a bit more even. I'll scroll along the edge a little bit. We'll see if we can locate. There's some deep scratches, but these are really just shadows of, very shallow shadows of what those first 1000 grit scratches look like. Okay, so next I'm going to go down and I'm going to energize this Nakayama. Set aside this okudo. This is the tomae. I put some clear water on it. And this is asagi tomonagara. And we're just going to raise it a moderate slurry on this Nakayama. We'll do a couple series of circles. Then we'll do some I'll rinse the blade off. So there's less slurry now. It's not just clear water, but the slurry is very light and faint. Okay, next we're going to go back to the microscope and observe the scratch pattern left from the Nakayama. And I don't know if I mentioned, but this switch here switches from the microscope view to the computer view. Okay, so there's our scratch pattern from the Nakayama. It's the classic Kasumi finish. This is photo number 1316. There are very faint shadows from the king. They would get a little bit stronger down here towards the base. But when you get up at the edge here, it's pretty clear. And I'll scroll along edge a little bit. We'll look for some other scratches. But at the edge, pretty much all those scratches from the 1000 grit. You can see that dark 1000 grit scratch there. It's very shallow, but at the same time, it is interrupted before it actually hits the edge. Now, I'm going to do a little hand stropping on this edge. This is what a Japanese barber might do. And because I'm working with stones out of my workshop here, there is obviously some grit on my hand that would be more or less in the form of a dust. So you'll see the improvement on the edge from that procedure. Okay, here we have it in focus. And I know that's my wife calling me on the phone. I'll focus in and out. There, those are 1000 grit king scratches there. But you can see how much more refined the actual edge has become. It's a lot straighter. I'll take a photo of that. And I'll scroll along and we can view another stretch of that razor there. In general, you can see how nice and straight the edge is now. And it's a little bit polished right at the very cutting point, which is from doing the palm stropping. Now I have a couple pieces of hair here. We can do a hanging hair test. So that was a HHT4 right there. That was weak at the heel there. That would be like a 3. And that's a 4 out towards the tip. Palm stropping, the razor touching just this fleshy part of my palm. And I've got a maybe 3 to 4 inch draw there. So I was doing good out at the tip. Let me just pick up on the towards the heel here. That's just 10 passes. I'll wipe it off. We all know how important stropping is. I didn't go to any leather or linen. Okay, that just laid down. That was a 4. That was a 3. That was a 4. That was a 4. So now we have 4s and real strong 3s. That was easily a 4. All along the edge now. From experience, I know this is going to be a dynamite shave. I've honed, like a lot of fellows here, hundreds of razors over a period of time. And so that's a demonstration with 3 stones, the king, the okudo, and then finish on this Nakayama, number 005. And that all took about 15 minutes.